over 74 billion coins to build the most expensive team in FC Mobile's history. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna have to take this team into an FC champion game. And every goal I concede, I discard one player in this final team, and I could lose everything. And the first position we're starting off with is our goalkeeper. Now, there's players like 114 Chesney, worth 1.46 billion. 114 Donnarumma, 1.58 billion. 114 Casillas, 1.58 billion. And they're not even the top 5 most expensive goalkeepers in the game. Coming in at number 5 is 115 Oblak, 1.87 billion. Then there's 115 Dudek, 1.94 billion. And then there's 114 Van der Sar, 2.49 billion. The second most expensive is this 116 Yashin. He's 2.9 billion coins. That's not even cheap. And the most expensive goalkeeper in FC Mobile is 116 Petr Cech, worth 4.3 billion coins. That's absolutely cheap for me. 4.45 billion? And I didn't even leave a dent. Petr Cech, welcome to my team. He takes the team rating up to 70. I'm setting the world record today, and now we're moving on to this right back position, where there's players like this handsome, beautiful man, 114 Hakimi, 1.7 billion. 114 Cafu, 1.8 billion. 115 Carvajal, 1.98 billion. We're still not even in the top 3. This is beautiful, bold man who I would love to kiss his head, 114 Thuram, 1.99 billion. But let's move on to the big boys, the top 3. Number 3, 115 Jeremy Frimpong, 2.5 billion coins. I would love him in right back. But number 2 is 116 Carlos Alberto, 3.1 billion coins. Now, if you think that was expensive, there's this 116 Maicon, bro, 5.1 billion coins for this bold man. All right, so it's actually 4.9 billion to buy. Oh, that's very cheap for a bold man, because I absolutely love bold men for some reason. They're just kind of cute. But let's add this bold man into my team. The team rating is 74. We've spent over 9.3 billion coins on just 2 players. And I think we should move on to center backs. And we need 2 of them. Now, there's a lot of center back options, like 114 Vidic, 1.79 billion. 115 Gvardiol, 1.85 billion. Hudson, 2 billion. Lucio, 2.1 billion. One of my favorite players, Virgil van Dijk, 2.77 billion for that man. But you wouldn't believe who comes in at number 5, and it's Araujo, 114. How is this man 3.2 billion coins? Coming in at number 4 is 116 Blanc, who I think is worth it. He's 3.3 billion coins. An absolutely excellent player to add in our team. But the top 3 is where it gets insane, and you wouldn't believe who's actually number 1. At number 3 is 116 Company. Beautiful bold man again. Guess how much he is? 3.4 billion coins. And remember, we need 2 center backs in this team, so we're gonna have to add the second most expensive and the first most expensive. And coming in at second is 116 Rio Ferdinand, 3.59 billion. Well, actually, I'm gonna buy his 3.66 billion card, so that's even more expensive than I thought. Let's put Rio Ferdinand in center back, and the team rating is up to 79. And you guys wouldn't believe who the most expensive center back is on this game. But before I tell you that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because at 750,000 subscribers, I am doing this Ronaldo noodle haircut. And I know you love Ronaldo, so subscribe. And yeah, the most expensive center back on this game is 114 Harry Maguire. 3.85 billion for Harry Maguire. Why is he so expensive? I already own this man's 114 card. Yes, it's tradable. No untradables are allowed in this team. It's 83 rated, and I am building the most expensive team in FC Mobile's history. Now it's time to move to this left back position, where we're gonna need somebody outrageous. And there are some pretty crazy left back. There's 115 Lizarazu, 1.86 billion. There's even 114 Teo Hernandez. He's actually quite sexy, to be honest, and he's worth 1.94 billion. Even 114 rated Ashley Cole costs 1.94 billion. There's even left backs like 114 Maldini. He goes all the way up to 2.37 billion coins. Not the most expensive though, because the top 3 are incredible. Coming in at 3 is 116 Capdevia, 3.1 billion for that man. Number 2 is Ferland Mendy, another bold man, a very ratty man, a very good guy at the game. He is 5.2 billion coins, and you wouldn't guess who the most expensive left back is on the game. It's 116 Marcelo for 5.73 billion coins. He's actually not available to buy for 5.7 billion, so I'll put a 5.5 million bid on him. We didn't have to wait long. Marcelo has been bought for 5.5 billion. And oh my god, Marcelo is in my team, one of the best men in the game. But what I didn't tell you guys is this team is going to be so goddamn expensive that I'm gonna even have to fill up these positions. And the first player I want to get in that position is this 115 Mendy for 5.2 billion. He's literally one of the most expensive cards in the entire game. And I'm glad to have you on my bench. Welcome! This has to be the most expensive team in FC Mobile. Let's move on to the center mid positions. And we need two of them. And we're starting with options like 115 rated Fellaini. 1.72 billion, but his Afro alone is worth 10 billion. So he's very expensive. There's 115 Lampard worth 1.9 billion. 114 rated Pedri, 1.97 billion. For some reason, 114 Kamara is 2.1 billion coins. And closing in on him is 114 Bellingham, 2.14 billion coins. But let's go on to the top 5. And coming in at number 5 is 115 Grafenberg, 2.15 billion coins. This video is actually gonna break my bank, but he's only the 5th most expensive, because in 4th is 115 Schweinsteiger, 2.17 billion. And number 3 takes a big jump, bro. It's one of my favorite players, 114 Bullet for 3.2 billion, bro. How expensive is he? But remember, we need 2 center mids, so we're gonna have to buy the second and the first most expensive players. And in second, it's 116 Bellingham, 4.26 billion, bro. Well, he's actually 4.45 billion because someone's listed him for cheaper. I'll buy it. Bellingham. And we still need another center mid. And I didn't tell you who was the most expensive center mid in this game. It's Zinedine Zidane, 6.3 billion coins. Well, actually 6 billion coins for his 116. I only have 40 billion coins left. We are going broke doing this video. You better press subscribe and like this video right now. Let's get this man in center mid. The team rating is up to 99. And the third most expensive center mid was this 114 Hullet worth 3.3 billion. I'm gonna buy him for the bench. And another player I want to buy for this bench position is this 116 Company, who's the third most expensive center back at 3.53 billion. I love this man. He's bold. This team is worth 41 billion. But if I had Hullet in this team, the team rating's 101, worth 44.87 billion. And we've still got 4 more positions to add in the bench and the main team. And I might run out of money doing this video. Because now we're moving on to the cam position, where there's players like 115 Arda Güler worth 1.6 billion. 115 Cherki, 1.8 billion. 114 Del Piero, 1.9 billion. We're not even in the top 5, bro. 116 Bergkamp, 1.9 billion. You wouldn't even believe who the next player I'm gonna say is, because he's not even in the top 5. It's Ronaldinho's 114 for 2.1 billion coins. But let's go into the top 5, because you guys want to know the top 5. 116 Musiala starts it in 5. 2.2 billion coins. I'm actually cooked. Number 4, 113 Lionel Messi for 2.2 billion. Third most expensive cam, 116 Palmer for 2.26 billion, bro. Second most expensive is 116 Bobby Charlton, who's 2.6 billion. Well, he's actually 2.76 billion. I'm buying the second most expensive cam because we need to put him in bench. And you guys wouldn't even believe who the most expensive cam is on this game. I literally am scared to buy him, because I'm going to have to take this final team into an FC champion game. And every goal I concede, I discard 1 player and I could lose everything. Charlton can go in the bench position. We need 3 more for the benches. Team's worth 47.5 billion and it's up to 102 rated. But the most expensive cam in the game, 114 ultimate team of the season, Lionel Messi, 3.16 billion. He's actually 3.2 billion. We'll buy him. It's up to 106 rated, worth 50 billion coins. I'm getting quite nervous now, because now we're moving on to the left wing position, where there's players like 114 Rivaldo, 1.6 billion, 114 Ribery, 1.7 billion, 113 Vinicius, 1.9 billion, 114 Henry, 1.9 billion, 114 2.1 billion coins for that guy. That's not even the top 5, because now in 5th, 114 Rafinha. You want to guess how much? 2.2 billion. Number 4, 115 Di Natale, who's worth 2.4 billion, bro. Oh my god, this is expensive. Because the third most expensive is 116 Best, 2.56 billion. The top two are absolutely ridiculous. I can't even believe I'm about to say this, but the second most expensive is 116 Nico goddamn Williams, who's 4 billion coins. Well, 4.1 billion, I'm buying him for the bench, bro. That's how rich this team is. We've got the second most expensive left winger, 4.1 billion coins, warming up my bench. He's literally putting his nice cheeks on my bench and he's warming them up. Team's worth 54.7 billion, 107 overall, and we haven't even exposed the most expensive left winger, who's worth a lot more than Nico Williams, and it's 115 Rafael Leao, who's 4.41 billion. How is this man more expensive than Nico Williams? But fair enough. If he's the most expensive, I'll buy him. 110 rated. Rating don't mean crap. It's about the money. It's 59.44 billion apparently. I could genuinely end up losing everything if I played the best player in the game. Could you imagine? But now let's move on to this right wing position, where there's players like 113 Salah, 1.3 billion. 114 Figo, 1.4 billion. 114 Jorginho, 1.6 billion. 113 Yamal, 1.68 billion. 114 Maradona doesn't even touch the top three, 1.73 billion. There's 115 Bukayo Saka, who's the fifth most expensive, 2 billion. The fourth most expensive is 114 Salah, 2.7 billion. If that's the fourth most expensive, who the heck is the most expensive? Because in third, it's Garincha, 116, 2.86 billion. The second most expensive right winger is nonchalant man Elise. Yeah, that man has so much aura. He's 115 rated. He's 3 billion. He's the most expensive, second most expensive card in the game, 3 billion. And I'm buying him to warm his bloody cheeks on my bench. I want the benches to smell good after he's sat on. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? No. All right, Elise, you're warming up the bench. You're so nonchalant. The team's up to 111. It's 62 billion. We got one more bench player. We need a right wing and a striker. And the most expensive right winger in this game is 114 Lamine Yamal, who's 3.17 billion coins. And buying him is going to take me down to 12.6 billion coins. All right, Lamine Yamal's going in right wing. The team's up to 113 overall, but mainly the thing is it's worth 65 billion coins. We now need a striker and one more bench player. Strike things get insane. There's 116 Haaland, who's 2.4 billion. He's not even in the top 10. Eusebio is 10th, 2.47 billion for his 114. 113 Ronaldo is 2.7 billion. There's 114 Mbappe, 2.7 billion. 116 Zlatan is 2.8 billion. The sixth most expensive is 116 Papin, 3 billion. Top 5 is insane, bro. I can't even look at this. Fifth, Miroslav Klose's 116, 3.1 billion. Fourth is one of my favorite players of all time, Ronaldo Nazario's 114, 3.7 billion. The third most expensive is 114 Cristiano Ronaldo, 4.14 billion coins. He's not getting in my team, unfortunately. But the second most expensive is David Ginola's 116 striker card. It's 4.6 billion. And we're going to have to buy him actually for 4.7 billion to warm my bench up. 4.7 billion for a bench player is absurd. The team's up to 114, worth over 70 billion coins, which leaves us with the most expensive striker in the game. And he is 116 El Nino Fernando Torres, who's only a tiny bit more expensive than Ginola, 4.78 billion. And I can afford him and I'm buying him, baby. Bro, we have 3 billion coins left. Torres, get in my striker position. What is the team rating? It is 116, worth 75 billion coins. Look at this team. It looks insane. Look at this bench. It's expensive. The most expensive team in FC Mobile history, bro. So, but we're taking this team into an FC champion game. And every goal we concede, I just got one player. Oh, why did I just play that pass, bro? Good defending, though. But that error is not good. Okay, I just want to score some goals. Get this guy very, very not confident. Yamal played a good ball. Fernando Torres gets the goal in the 25th. Just don't concede any goals, Raz, and this could be the greatest game of your life. Great defending, Zizou. Oh, Marcelo, that's solid. I love it. I love it. This is not good. This is not good. Rio. That's a great ball from our opponent. This is not a good opportunity, but just stay patient. We've conceded in the 71st, which means we're guaranteed one discard. I might just hold the ball for like 10 minutes just so I don't have to discard anyone. Play like a rat. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. This is worth thousands of dollars, bro. I can't lose these players. 1-1, one discard. We spin this wheel. Whoever it lands on, we discard. It's Bobby Charlton. Bobby Charlton, tradable 116, is going into this extra times token. We're exchanging it. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy this one even more. Click it, watch it now, and don't forget to subscribe.